and so you heard it. Austin Flynn will get the start here at quarterback here in the second half, trying to get something going offensively, because Texas has just absolutely dominated this team here in the first half, as evidenced by not only the score, but the first half statistics, as it has all been about the University of Texas. Take a look at some other scores from around the league, as Nebraska's on top of Texas A&M big. The rest of the games later on tonight. Now let's take a look at the first half statistics. As I was speaking about, Iowa State with 49 yards of total offense in the first half. Look at that. That is absolutely, it is a tough day offensively. 45 yards.
-4 rushing. That's a tough stat.
To 346, 209 yards passing for Texas right now. Texas with 19 first downs. That young man has been very busy. 17 carries, 77 yards. He went for 199 last year against this Iowa State team, and he's picking up where he left off there, putting together big numbers. Iowa State with just 4 first downs in that first half. The quarterback has struggled mightily for Iowa State, as Chris Love went to 6 of 16 for 49 yards.
Kevin, the first 5 minutes of the second half are big-time important football games. That dictates the momentum for the second half, and if Iowa State is going to get back in this ball game, they're going to have to do it in the first 5 minutes, in my opinion, because it just you sort of play in the second half the way you played the first couple of series.
So homecoming has been a disappointing one for the Iowa State fans. Try to pick it up here in the second half. They trail it 27-0. Lance Young and David Banks-Bursey back deep. Receives the kick. Banks-Bursey, he may have lost that one in the sun. Picks it up on a hop at the 3. And out to the 13-yard line. Short return and tough field position, but Austin Flynn will go at it at quarterback. He's a freshman. He's 6'1", 190 pounds. He's from Deer Park, Texas. That's in the Houston area, around Pasadena. Very good runner.
Great track man, great baseball player in high school, basketball player. He was a great athlete.
Now you speak about baseball at Deer Park. That is the same high school that produced Andy Pettit, pitcher for the New York Yankees. He's 3rd in the nation among freshman quarterbacks. He averages right at 204 yards of total offense per game. This time he'll keep it right up the middle. Split a couple of men, gets out to the 22-yard line, and a gain of 5 yards as Marcus Tubbs was there to pull him down by the shirt sleeve. You take a look at his numbers for the year. He's thrown for 927 yards, 50% of his passes completed, 4 touchdowns. He's thrown 6 picks, but he's run for nearly 300 yards this year.
He's got good feet. He's got good size. He's a strong guy, and really a great high school quarterback.
It's second down and a manageable 5. They hand it off right up the middle, and not a lot there. Michael Wagner was the man with the carry, but Reed Boyd stepped up. He and Tim Crowder get off the bottom of that pile, and that's something Texas has been looking for, is to get some push from the interior of that defensive line. Most of the time it's been when they get pressure in the backfield, it's coming off the edges. They're looking to get some push from the middle.
They look good. They really do. They're giving these linebackers a chance to play downhill, and Reed Boyd is a guy that as you said earlier, he's played every position out there, and he's done a good job. He's a great utility football player.
He comes on the blitz. Flynn cuts it up, room to run. First down to the 35, to the 38, the 39-yard line, a gain of 15. The most productive play of the game for Iowa State before Aaron Harris, the sophomore, could make the tackle for Texas.
What's these blocks right here? They do one great job. 2 backs, got 2 outside linebackers coming in, rushing the passer. Both backs get them on the ground, and there's the first down. This guy is athletic.
42, busted play. Flynn will try to make something of it. Instead, he'll lose a couple. Fake the handoff, and there was nobody to fake the handoff to.
He got his right and his left mixed up. That's the problem on that play, because there was a guy on the right, but he's on the left. So
he is a freshman.
You bet he's a freshman. And I would venture to say that it could have been the back that went the wrong way. The good thing about it was no loss, so they're in good shape. They're second and 10.
Flynn will roll the pocket. Throws on the run and incomplete. For the intended receiver, Jack Whitmer. And it's a 3rd down and 10. Terrell Brown had the coverage. Backup cornerback for Texas.
Looks like that Flynn is going to be an on-the-move passer nearly all the way, doesn't it? So far,
he's not a guy you want to start standing back there in 7-step drops. That's not what he's made to do.
No, you're right.
Third down and 10. They've struggled mightily today. Trying to convert the 3rd downs, just 1 of 8. Throws this one complete. David Banks burst you the 1st down, and plenty more. A gain of 20 on 3rd down and 10. Terrell Brown made the stop, but not before it gets into Texas territory at the 44-yard line.
Michael Huff had a chance for it's barely over his head. They disguised the coverage and they read it good and hit him on the slant route and right over the top of Michael Huff. That was a good defensive play that just a little bit short. Great pass by Flynn.
Four wide receivers set on 1st down and 10. Iowa State moving the ball. Here's Austin Flynn down to the 29-yard line. A 13-yard gain. Giger the tackle. A first half of just 45 yards of total offense, and Iowa State is moving the ball here on their opening possession of the 2nd half.
Big chunks too. Mobile quarterback, that's a nemesis for those defensive football teams. There's no question.
But from the 29. Wow, Johnson. Derek Johnson just absolutely leveled Michael Wagner.
What a player. What a great linebacker.
Loss of 4. Look at this.
You know, he's got the ability to diagnose, and he is a natural football player with natural instincts and really a great athlete to go with it all.
Here's Flynn, throws it, hit as he throws. It's going to come up short. He was absolutely leveled. Reed Boyd got to it.
A lot of people coming on that play, Kevin. It was good man-to-man coverage, and you know that was they got him bare there. Nobody backing them up. That's good defense.
3rd down and 14. Paid the price. Reed Boyd stepping up and stepping right in to Austin Flynn. 3rd down, 14 to go for the 1st. Line to make is the 19-yard line. Has time to throw. Throws up top and incomplete. Looked for a second that Jack Whitmer was going to step in front of Terrell Brown, but he wasn't quite able to get there, so it's 4th down.
Good coverage for Terrell Brown. The only thing, that's why you tell him go for it at the high point. It looked like you said, Kevin, that the receiver is going to come in and high point him and catch the ball right in front of him, and didn't work out that way, but it could have. My goodness, this field goal is going to be a mile.
51-yard field goal attempt. He almost had a chance.
Yes, he did.
Adam Beneke tried for 51 yards out. He's 5 of 6 this year, a long of 41. Got the distance and he's good. So Iowa State scoring on its opening possession of the second half after being shut out in the first. Cyclones on the board, 27-3.
You're watching HD Net.
Tony Hawk, now on Engage. Tomb Raider, now on Engage.
Hello, angels.
In this tough city of angels, it's good to know they'll watch your back while you watch theirs.
When you took this job, you knew there'd be a lot of undercover work.
That's not undercover. That's not any cover at all.
The original series that ignited a pop culture phenomenon.
Do you ever get serious when I'm being shot at? Never.
Charlie's Angels. Monday nights only on HD Net. It's just like being there.
The game.
Electrifying.
The action.
Intense.
The heroes.
Nashville Metal Chicago, live Sunday night on HD Net.
Iowa State gets on the board. I said it was Adam Beneke. I apologize. This is Tony Yelk, the punter, and the long-distance specialist for Iowa State. He is good from 51 yards out, the first time in a long time that Iowa State has had a field goal over 50 yards. First time since '98. And Yelk, with his career-long field goal, he has one this year from 41 yards out.
A lot of schools that never have kicked one over 50 yards. That's quite a kick, I'm telling you. Plus, that's a unique kickoff formation. Sort of the old quail scatter deal.
Here's Selvin Young. And Young back to the 19-yard line and no more. Good kick coverage by Jack Whitver, the wide receiver who was down there on the coverage. 12-yard return. And now the defense has to step up for Iowa State. Vincent Young stays in at quarterback. You see a lot of second-teamers on the offensive line going right now. For the most part, your backs and receivers, you're staying with your number one guys. Sloan Thomas, B.J. Johnson. And now, penalty marker comes down. We have a substitution infraction here.
You know, that rule has changed a lot of things because they had 12 men on the field. One of them said that and he comes off, and man, that's automatic 5 yards now.
You got to break your huddle with your personnel. Can't change it up.
You know, there's a reason for it, Kevin. There were people that had 13 in the huddle that'd break 2 and run them off the sidelines, and you'd be chasing them in. They weren't in play, and it was used deceptive matters, and so they've eased that deal. There's no more of that. And it's a good rule. It really is a good rule.
A first down, 15 to go. On the option, pitching back Benson. And Benson not able to do anything. We got DeAndre Jackson, the young man from Texas, for Iowa State coming up to make the play.
You got to be careful right now. The old Mo looks like it's shifting a little bit, and Texas needs to do something this football this time. They don't need to have 3 and out, I'll tell you that for sure, because of the fact that, as we said a while ago, that first few series in the second half is ever important on the momentum of the football game.
Well, DeAndre Jackson, we spoke of him earlier. A good look at him. He's from the Dallas area, so he knows a lot about the University of Texas football.
Good player.
Play action. Going up top. Almost intercepted. Played about as well as you can by Jermaine Billups.
Great play by Billups. That is a great read on the football because he has a tough chore too. There's a goal. There's 5'9" defending 6'4", isn't it? And, you know, a great play.
Now, Jermaine Billups was a real recruiting coup for this Iowa State team. Coach Dan McCartney and his staff, because they went into Omaha and able to get one of the best players in the state of Nebraska. And that doesn't happen very often. He said he wanted to play on the offensive side of the football. They said, we'll give you a chance to do that. He came to Iowa State, didn't work out offensively, but now he's over the defensive side playing like an all-conference safety. And Vincent Young wants a timeout on 3rd down at 16. For the first time today, about 47,000 here to witness homecoming have had something to cheer about.
Timeout, Texas. That's their first charged team timeout of the half.
Get that crowd back in this game, go score another touchdown, and then you got a dogfight.
So 27-3 the score. We'll take a timeout. Big play coming back for Texas when we return. Well, now they've got something to cheer about. Iowa State on the board, trailing 27-3, but you get the feeling they may be able to get back in this game. They have to come up with a play right now. It's 3rd down at 16 for Texas.
Well, be careful, Vincent Young, because punt is the second best thing you can do right now. And don't be afraid to punt. Don't try to get
set up a screen, complete to Selvin Young, and Young. Great defensive play by Ellis Hobbs as he tackles him behind the line of scrimmage. A gain of 6, I beg your pardon, as he got it just across, but not nearly enough for the first down.
Plus, if Hobbs doesn't make that tackle, Kevin, we got us a big, big play. Great open field tackle on a good player by Hobbs.
So McGee in the punt. Todd Miller looking to run this one back and get Iowa State in some good field position. Good high punt. Fielded out of bounds at the 27 and make it at the 34-yard line. A 46-yard punt and a 46-yard net.
You know, that's that is unbelievable. They had a rush on that time. Brought 9 people, 8 people. The snap is back there so good by Cullen Loeffler that, you know, you get it off and just a great punt.
So 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. What a difference going back to Austin Flynn has made. Now, last week, Flynn started at Texas Tech, and it was Chris Love who came in the first quarter and played pretty much the rest of the way and played very well, whereas Austin Flynn kind of reversing roles with him this week. They handed off, but not a whole lot there. Fighting ahead is Stevie Hicks, and Hicks took what could have been a no gain to a gain of 3 as he drugged Philip Giger and Derek Johnson for a couple of yards.
Good pursuit. That's a good defensive play.
Had Reed Boyd on his back as well.
I tell you, Derek Johnson's all over the football field. That's amazing, the number of plays he makes.
This time the hole is there. 1st down and more out to midfield. A gain of 13 yards for Stevie Hicks. This was a guy who was recruited as a linebacker. He just had 28 carries coming into this game.
Well, the reason this play works is, you know, that's what draws are all about. When people are rushing the passer with that front 4 like Texas front 4, and dadgum, the only thing that slows you down is draws, and that was a well-executed play, well blocked, and a big gainer.
Giger finally made the tackle, but not before he reached midfield. Try it again, why not? This time, though, the Texas defense was there. Reed Boyd stepped right in to the middle of that hole. It's a short gain of a yard. Also, Mike Williams was there.
Good play by Reed. Good diagnosis. You know, in that spread, when you hand off back there deep, it's like handing off 6 yards deep to an I formation tailback. He's got 12 places to run, and if you overcommit too quick, well, you're at the wrong place, because he just cuts off where the linebacker goes. And that was good defense for Reed Boyd.
2nd down 9. Going up top. Now Danielson had the man-to-man coverage, but out there with Michael Huff, but ball was thrown way down the field and out of the way.
Too many Wheaties. Look like he's got too much power on that one.
So big third down coming up. Third down 9. Every play's big when you trail by 24 points. Got a lot of catching up to do and not much time to do it in. Over the middle, complete. Lance Young to the 5, to the 4-yard line. A gain of 47 yards, and Iowa State is knocking on the door.
This is a great job of blocking by the offensive line. He had plenty of time to throw, had a chance for the crossing pattern to work. He came in there, delivered right on target. They're playing man-to-man, chasing across the field, and had too much time to throw it. Great protection by the offensive line and the backs for Iowa State.
That was on a third down and 9. Now it's first down and goal. Option play, run to the hoop. Touchdown, Iowa State. Lane Danielson walks into the end zone.
That's a great call by offensive coordinator Steve Brickey. Great call. That's the last thing you'd expect right there. That's just a great call. Well executed and well done. And
that is Lane Danielson's 5th career rushing touchdown. It's his 7th carry of the season. But more importantly than anything, the big number is 10, and that's what he's gotten them on the board with the point after. Instead, you're going to go for the 2-point conversion here. Make it 27-11. Get in the position here, you score here, and you're 2-point conversions down. Looking to run it in. Now you're down by 16, so if you score 2 more touchdowns with 2-point conversions, you can tie the game. First things first.
What's his execution on this play? What a great, well-executed football play. And the old X reverse has been a big play for years and years. Great deception, just a great call.
Now the 2-point conversion. Just a matter of Austin Flynn wanting to get into that end zone a little bit more than the defense wanted to keep him out. So 11 unanswered points from Iowa State. It's 27-11 in Ames. Well, welcome you back, Iowa State. We were talking about going for 2, and now you get down by 16 points. It's one thing being down by 17, but being down by 17 in the second half, that's not the way Iowa State wanted to play it, so they get down by 16 points after the 2-point conversion. So now they are obviously 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions away. Selvin Young back deep.
I agree with the call, Kevin. I think it is a 2-score game possibility, and that's what you want.
Not going to bring this one out. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line. They got a Texas player down.
Oh, Mo now. Mo is back, and this crowd is ecstatic. And Texas is going to have to do something this drive to get back into their mode.
Iowa State dominating the time of possession here in the second half, just like Texas did in the first half. Texas, you can't score if you don't have the ball, and Texas has only had it for 1:45. That's Albert Hardy down right now for the Texas Longhorns. Albert Hardy, freshman from Houston Galena Park. And he is coming off the field. Roy Williams, just 2 catches. And those came early on. You talk about Roy Williams with just 2, but B.J. Johnson picking up the slack. He's got 5 catches for 122 yards. And like I said, Johnson with just 9 receptions this season coming into this game. He's got 5 today, but Roy Williams, a relatively quiet afternoon. Cedric Benson up the middle, and while it doesn't look like much, it's a gain of 5 yards, and that is outstanding football on first down. Jermaine Billups coming up from the safety spot to finally finish him off.
Good push by the entire line. That was that's coming off the ball in great fashion, and a good cutback by Cedric.
Give it to him again. You're going to get motion here on this left side. That left defensive tackle went a little bit early. See if it's Jonathan Scott.
Snap. Ball start. Offense.
That big number 73, 6'7", 305. Texas is huge across the front.
Huge, and they're young.
Left side, 6'7", 305, a sophomore. That's Jonathan Scott. Tillman Holloway is 6'3", 315. He's a senior. Will Allen is the right guard, 6'6", 305, and Justin Blaylock, 6'4", 330 on the right side. That's the way they start. They're all trying to block this man who's 6'5", 300. Jordan Karstens. Young with time to throw. There's Roy Williams. Down at the 33-yard line, but it's enough for the first down as Billups and Hobbs team up for the stop. Williams trying to lead his team on here and try to get a little fired up here. As they came out here 27-0 and maybe came out a little flat in the second half.
Just a little hook up in the zone, set on the zone right there, and a bullet, a dart thrown by Vincent Young. What a great pass that was. That's throwing it on a rope, Kevin.
On first down and 10. There's a bootleg. Young throws downfield. It's caught. And again, B.J. Johnson there to make the reception as Johnson hauls in his 6th catch of the game. That one for 15 yards. DeAndre Jackson had the coverage for Iowa State.
And the guy nearly chased him down was Karstens. I want you to watch number 92. Of course, he's got to leave because he's injured. But look at him chasing him down. He just nearly gets there. What a player he is. What a player. To play with like he's playing today and at about half speed is unbelievable.
Yeah. Like we said, he played only 4 plays last week at Texas Tech. Oh, a tough young man. Vincent Young cutting this one back, and he'll be drugged down. You know who got to it? Berryman kind of blew that play up. Curvey is going to get credit for the tackle, but the fact that Berryman was there to turn that thing around and head it back the other direction, that was what made that play.
It's close to being big time. If he gets out of this last tackle, man, he has got some kind of play. Right there. If he gets out of that tackle, it's all green grass.
But you know what Brent Curvey would say to you? But Coach, he didn't.
But Coach, he didn't. You're right. That's exactly right. In fact, he'd say it wasn't even close.
2nd down and 9. Benson, huge hole, picking his way for a first down and a gain of 7. As Curvey was once again there to make the stop. He and Jermaine Billups.
I don't believe they got him spotted for. I believe it's going to be 3rd and.
Is he short?
I believe they spotted him. Got Iowa State spot on that play. But good job blocking by the center and both guards. I'll tell you that was a nice hole.
It'll be short of the first down, 3rd down and a 1. Young on the bootleg, throws to a wide open David Thomas. Thomas down the sideline to the 15, touchdown Texas. But a penalty marker is down.
What a great call and what a great play.
But it may be a great break for Iowa State because this one looks like it's coming back.
Well, I saw the block. It's one of those deals that's, I guess you can call it either way. We'll have to look at it on the replay, but it was awful close to a good block, looked like to me.
Well, 3rd down and 1, and Benson's been killing you. You stack it up, and they run that bootleg and dump it out there to a tight end who has just 4 catches all season long.
Holding after the reception on the offense. It'll be a 10-yard spot foul. The gain is sufficient for a first down.
So, no one in the play. So it's a first down. Because they move it from the spot, or they marked off the hold from the spot. So it's a first down. But Iowa State says, I'm glad it wasn't the touchdown.
David Thomas looks good. He's a young sophomore, and what a great run he made for a touchdown. Great catch and a great run. Vincent Young threw it right in there. I tell you, this guy's growing up. You can see him getting older every play.
Benson. Gain of a couple. Nick Leaders makes his tackle, a sophomore from Omaha. Whitaker was also there. Cedric Benson, one of the all-time great running backs in the state of Texas, out of Midland League. Texans know the story very well. Led his club to a state championship.
About 3 of them. 2 of them for sure.
Those of you in the Midwest, he was some kind of player in high school. Benson again with the hole. Dragging men down to the 20-yard line. 16-yard gain. Did you see the move he made on Joe Woodley?
That is a great move. That is a heck of a run. He made 2 moves the way I saw it, Kevin. And
watch 45. Woodley's in the hole, and he went that way.
Look at this one. Oh man, that's good running right there. Now that's major league.
22 carries, 106 yards for Cedric Benson and 2 touchdowns. Said it earlier, he went for 199 last year against Iowa State. Here's Benson weaving his way down to the 15-yard line, and a late penalty marker comes in. They got a hold going against Texas. First Whitaker.
The left side of that line, Kevin, has had a great day. They have made a jillion yards over the left side of the line. And,
there it is right there, I believe.
Holding. Be a 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
May have been David Thomas. Hard to tell. So they spotted back at the 27-yard line. We count down to 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. That time of possession we talked about earlier is evening up in a hurry. Texas has had a long, strong drive right here. Vincent Young never goes down on first contact. He picks up 9 yards on the play here.
It's amazing. It looks like he's going to make 2 yards. You know, you say, what did he make? He made 2 yards. Makes 9 yards. And great vision. I think probably just watching him play that I'd say the #1 asset he's got. His vision is fantastic. And his ability to cut is unbelievable. He is really a gifted athlete.
You know, speed, quickness, and arm strength isn't bad either.
No. I understand, but golly, to make the cuts he makes is sort of uncanny.
Yeah, to do, and he does it all at 6'5", 225 pounds. And folks are going to be around for a while. He's just a freshman. Red-shirted last season. And he calls a timeout. Texas taking its 2nd timeout. Not sure if this was a personnel issue or what, but Mack Brown was not pleased with the fact that they called that timeout right there.
Well, I think Vincent Young had to put a shoe on. He was trying to put his shoe on, and he was outside of the huddle, and it was fixed to be close, and he called timeout. You know, timeouts, everybody uses them at convenience, but boy, when you need them late in the game and you don't have them,
sometimes be a difference in winning and losing.
You know, we used to tell guys if they call a timeout without us telling them to, that you know, that's fine. Just bring your own sack lunch for the next 2 weeks because we weren't going to feed you. And you know, that's just they're important, and they really are important when you need them at the end of the game.
Well, minute 13 to play. It's 2nd down and 8. Mac Brown in his 6th season, one of 6 Division 1A coaches to have back-to-back 11-win seasons. We talked about the flip side of that. Dan McCarney coaching his 100th career game.
2 great coaches in this game today. There's no doubt about it, and they've both got good coaching staffs.
They'll come back for Selden Young to the 15 to the 13-yard line, a gain of 5.
The last time they ran that play is when they had the safety blitz back over this way. If you remember, Kevin, it looked like it was going to be all outdoors, as open as all outdoors, and they ran right back into the blitz. But that play worked good. That's a good concept right there.
That's 3rd down and 3. Benson. Blockers in front, inside the 5-yard line. He picked up 10.
That looked like an offensive line coming off like you want if you're the offensive line coach. Mike McCord's got to be happy about that play. What a nice job. What's this bunch come off the line of scrimmage? Buddy block over there. They combo that block, and you know that's a nice hole. There's been a couple of holes today, Kevin, I could run through. And that's got to be wide.
Yeah, they've done a great job in the front. You see Will Allen, he's been one to keep an eye on.
I tell you that they have looked good, been impressive.
Benson tried cutting back that time. I got news for you. If you want to cut back, don't cut back into the arms of big Jordan Karstens, because he'll take you down in a hurry. And if you don't believe me, just ask Cedric Benson. We are through 3 quarters of play in Ames, Iowa. Texas looking to go to 2-1 in the Big 12. They're almost there. But it's 27-11, and Texas looking for more with sideline reporter Chuck Reed, Spike Dykes, and Kevin Eschenfelder. We welcome you back to Ames, Iowa. Gorgeous afternoon. Temperatures, I'd say temperatures around 70 degrees right now. Absolutely perfect for football. Other game going on right now in the Big 12. Nebraska is on top of Texas A&M, 34-3. Everything else under the lights tonight. Right now, Texas looking to get back in the end zone again as they face a 2nd down. Goal to go from the 2-yard line. First play of the 4th quarter. Benson up the middle, nothing doing. Jordan Karstens. Jason Berryman also in there on the stop. But Jordan Karstens is just pure, big, tough farm kid right now. He is the man down there in the trenches.
I believe I'd see where he was and go the other drive, go to the left this time. Don't run away from him.
I think Cedric Benson would vote for that.
Yeah.
3rd down, goal from the 2. Benson up over the top, touchdown Texas.
I'll tell you, I've said this a million times today, Kevin, but the left side of that offensive line is really coming off the line of scrimmage today. That's a fine job of coming off and a great job of Benson getting in the end zone. That's
up and over.
Up and over the top. That solves a lot of problems when you do that. Look at that line. That's a good job of blocking. Good job by Cedric getting in the end zone and against a darn good defensive line.
What a drive Texas puts together after Iowa State scores 11 unanswered points.
Quieten that crowd down a little bit. That's what Texas needed to do because they were getting their confidence level back. And
here's something to take your confidence away. I'll talk to you about it after this two-point conversion try. Looking to make it 35-11. Young in trouble. Looking for the end zone. Did he get there? No. And paid the price at the goal line.
Two-point conversion is no good.
Well, Texas, after Iowa State had gotten back into the game, Texas comes right back. Forget about the 15-play, 80-yard drive. How about taking 7 minutes and 46 seconds off the clock? Vincent Young was very unhappy. He thought he got into the end zone here.
Well, it looks like he could have. That's a I tell you, he's amazing.
Well, don't know if he did or not.
Well, the guy that knows the best saw it the closest, so I'm sure he wasn't, but he was close, I'll say that.
Well, he would have been if Jason Berryman hadn't come in and finished him off. So it's 33-11 instead, as we're just underway here in the fourth quarter of play. Texas got off to a 27-0 lead. Iowa State scored the next 11 points of the ball game. Those all coming in the third quarter. And Texas answering with a 15-play drive that took nearly 8 minutes as they went 80 yards. McGee will kick it away for Texas. David Banks Bursey and Lance Young back deep for Iowa State.
I tell you, McGee's kicked it off well all day. He's kicked it in the end zone nearly every time, and that solves a lot of problems when somebody's trying to come back on. You kick it in the end zone.
This one's not going to get there.
I jinxed it.
Banks Bursey from the 5. 23-yard line, lost the ball. And Iowa State, see a lot of red jerseys underneath there. They get on top of it. That was Steve Paris, another Dallas player from Dallas Roosevelt High School. He recovered it. You see it come loose in there from David Banks Bursey right there. Woo. Lost it out of his right hand, and if nothing else, he deflected it with his left hand back into the middle of the field. It was Michael Griffin, I believe, who came in there, was able to knock it away. So here's Austin Flynn. Flynn just overshot the intended receiver. That was Ryan. It was either Ryan Cook or it could have been the tight end. We don't exactly know who was the intended receiver on that one.
Well, you can tell Austin Flynn's a freshman, but you can also tell he's got a great future ahead of him. He's got tons of ability, and you know what a dimension he gave them in the second half that they didn't have in the first half. And of course, he got back in the game, and but he's going to make a few freshman mistakes. That's one of them right there.
Second down, 10. Right up the middle, not a lot there for Stevie Hicks. Derek Johnson and Roderick Wright were there to fill that hole in a hurry. But Roderick Wright, a very good one. He's just a sophomore.
Plus, he gets better every game, I understand, and looks like he's got tons of potential.
Third down, 9. Flynn throws this one complete. First down. 13-yard gain for Jack Whitmer, who made the catch. Got enough cushion from Nathan Basher, and that's not easy to do.
That's the out pattern on a rope. You're right, Kev. Hard to do right there. Great arm to do that. That was a nice play. You got to have a strong arm to throw the outs. And he did it with ease, it looked like.
Iowa State moves the chains. Iowa State had just 45 yards of total offense in the first half. They have picked it up considerably since then. Right up the middle. Stevie Hicks, and Hicks breaking it outside. Inside Texas territory to the 46-yard line.
Boy, he broke a tackle right at the line of scrimmage. That's a good run by a good running back.
Well, a gain of 14 yards. He was able to bounce it outside and find the daylight.
He's got quick feet. He's got some gas.
There's a big hole as well. And Vasher was finally there to push him out of bounds, but not before a gain of 14 yards and the ball at the 48-yard line. Iowa State inside Texas territory. Hicks delivering some punishment himself. Picks up 6 there. Well, he laid the leather to Michael Griffin. Lowered the shoulder and just went right over the top of it.
What they're doing now, the last 2 series, Kevin, ever since the half, on first down, they've made yards. They've had 2nd and 4s and 2nd and 3s, and you make first downs that way. You can't do it 2nd and 10s.
Here's Flynn again. Down to the 36-yard line. Another first down for Iowa State. And Hicks, a much bigger back than Michael Wagner. Wagner just couldn't get anything going. Wagner's 5'7", 190 pounds. Whereas Stevie Hicks is a 6'2", 215-pound freshman. He's from Omaha, Nebraska.
Line's doing a good job. Line is opening some holes.
Saw the numbers there. 7 carries, 44 yards. And add to those numbers on his 8th carry. He breaks that off at a gain of 9. Well, Iowa State their running game was non-existent in the first half.
I believe the mobility of the quarterback has loosened things up, and the fact that Hicks has shown some things he hadn't shown, so they're on the upswing.
Well, it's 2nd down and 1. Going up top again. Incomplete. I don't know what was better, the attempt from Jack Whitver or the coverage from Aaron Ross, because he was on him like a blanket. True freshman you're watching right there in Aaron Ross. He's from John Tyler.
He did a good job, Kevin. If he just sees the ball a little quicker, he's got a great chance to intercept that one. And good pass. Really a good pass, really a good pattern, and a good defense. That's the perfect play for everybody nearly.
Young man from Tyler, Texas, home of another pretty good University of Texas player in the past. Of course, Earl Campbell to Tyler Rose, Pro Football Hall of Famer. Quarterback sneak should be enough for the first down. But what should be and what is maybe 2 different things. They're going to bag it up and bring in the chains. Is it enough? There you go, first down. There's Dan McCarney. We talked about he's taken teams to bowl games 3 straight years. Never been done at Iowa State. To give you an idea, Johnny Majors and Earl Bruce, they took their teams here at Iowa State to 2 consecutive bowl games. That's been the best ever before McCarney, and both of those men are in the College Football Hall of Fame. To give you an idea of how well respected Dan McCarney is, not only in the Big 12, but all around the nation among the college coaching fraternity. Here's Stevie Hicks to the 20-yard line, inside the 20. Another big gain. He breaks this one off at 9 yards.
going back to Dan McCarney, Kevin, you're right. There's nobody more respected. There's nobody whose teams play as hard. I mean, they're playing harder. I'll say that. He has done a magnificent job here, and he's done it with a positive attitude. He's had many chances to leave. This is where he wants to be. He's an Iowa guy, and he's a perfect fit for this job. And he's done a magnificent job.
Longtime assistant to Hayden Fry at Iowa, and then Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin. Right up the middle. Again, Stevie Hicks. This is an attitude offense right now. Gain of 4. It's enough for a first down. Ball down to the 13-yard line.
Hey, this is remarkable what they're doing on the ground. We said this in the beginning. This football team is they've had a tough 4 weeks, Iowa State has, but let me tell you something. They can play with anybody. And that's obvious of what they're doing in the second half here. And, they've had 17 injuries. As I said a while ago, Kevin, it's just hard to play football when you've had that many guys miss games due to injuries. And but they've got a great nucleus, so better watch out.
Roderick Wright made the stop there. Yeah, it's been, like we said, of the teams that you played so far, no one's had a tougher schedule so far. Told you earlier, 23-6 are their opponents that they played. And you didn't think that it'd be much when you had to go play Northern Illinois. You knew what it was going to be with Iowa, and then Oklahoma and Texas Tech. Two pretty good football teams there. Throwing for the end zone, incomplete for Lane Danielson. A little too tall for Danielson, and once again, Michael Griffin had the coverage as he's getting plenty of playing time with those injuries to Dakari Pearson in the backfield.
Going back to the schedule, it doesn't get any easier. They play Nebraska next week,
right.
And but that doesn't bother those guys. They love to play good football teams. Dan always has, and so don't be surprised to see them win some games. And
so 3rd down and 9 from the 12 line to make is the 3-yard line. Right up the middle goes Austin Flynn. Flynn going to be short of the first down as he's hit and brought down at the 5-yard line. You can't make any better tackle than Philip Giger did right there.
Can't make any better play call Steve Bricky made on that play. What a great play, what a great call, because he came close to going all the way. This is big. This is going to be 4th and 2. This is really, really big.
The 4th down and 2 from the 5. Remember, Stevie Hicks has had a lot of success running the ball on this drive. Flynn, quick throw, touchdown, Iowa State. Lane Danielson. Fourth touchdown catch of the season for Danielson. And his 13th of his career. Danielson now 5 catches away from becoming the all-time receptions leader here at Iowa State. He's already the all-time yardage leader at Iowa State. Coming into this game, about 2,400 career yards. He needs 9. He needs make it now. Needs 4 more. There's a 2-point conversion. In for 2 for Austin Flynn. And Austin Flynn may not have gotten the start earlier today, but he may have earned that job back. That is for sure, because it has been a different Iowa State team with him on the field. New score in Ames, 33-19 with 8:23 to go. Day for Austin Flynn, as he's at least a big second half, as he's been able to get Iowa State back into this game after trailing 27-0 at halftime. They've outscored Texas 19-7 here in the second half. Maybe 19-6 here in the second half. As Texas went for the 2-point conversion and missed it.
Sort of the tale of 2 games, isn't it, so far, the first half / second half.
Terrell Brown back deep alongside Selvin Young. And this will be Brown for 3 yards deep. He'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. On the touchback.
First and 10 from their 20-yard line. Iowa State would like to recognize the following Cyclone business partners.
Kickoff teams amaze me. They've always been. That's one of the most fun things that there is in coaching, Kevin, is a kickoff team. You put all the guys that are aggressive and about half nuts, you put them on the kickoff team. And give them a name and give them a battle cry, and Mr. Watch them play. They are fun to watch. And a big part of the football team.
Well, Tony Jeffers has come in at the wide receiver spot. Benson stays at the running back, and Chance Mock is in at quarterback. Mock looking to throw, going up top. Has his man B.J. Johnson, and Johnson down at the 30-yard line, a 50-yard gain.
Well, what a pass. That thing is precision now. He hit him on the dead run right over the top. Nice going, Chance Mock. Good play. Good protection, and a great pattern and catch by B.J.
Johnson, 6 catches, I should say, for 137 yards. What an afternoon he's had.
That's a good example right there. The safety not going for the ball. He's going for the man rather than the ball. He had a chance to maybe intercept it. And easy to call up here, hard to do on the field, believe me.
After that 50-yard gain, he ties his career high for 187 yards of receiving yards. This going nowhere fast for Cedric Benson. He ran right into the middle of that line. They had no part of it.
They got more folks in there than they can block on that play. They had a blitz up the middle, and there's one extra guy, and that's not very good odds.
There's a man who started today's game at tight end. What they say about necessity. Go where you can play, and that's what Tip DeBrink has done. A Chance Mock on 2nd down and 10 for Texas. Leading in the game 33-19 with 7 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Mock straight proper feet to throw. Surveys the situation, throws this one. Complete touchdown, Roy Williams. Could not have put that in any better place.
Look at the protection he gets. Great pass to Chance Mock, no doubt. Excellent protection, and Roy Williams ran a great pattern. So, well-executed play, a nice answer to the last Cyclone touchdown. And that's got a tendency to make the crowd quiet.
Got in for his 6th touchdown reception of the season.
How long did that drive take? 30 seconds?
Not long. The last time they had the ball, it was 7:47. This time, didn't take long at all. How about a minute 16? That was the express lane of drives as they took it through in a hurry.
That's well done. That was.
Well, it's 40-19 here in Ames. Longhorns are hooking them right now.
Richmond McGee, number 35, set to kick for Texas.
Well, arguably the best receiving core in the nation, putting up big numbers today, is B.J. Johnson, Roy Williams, coming up, combining for 11 catches and nearly 300 yards. That'll win you a lot of football games. Roy Williams going to go down as one of the best college receivers of all time. He was able to put that one in the end zone. This time it's David Banks Percy, and he will take a knee at the well deep into the end zone. As you take a look at what Roy Williams has been able to do today, this 41st consecutive game in which he's caught a pass, his 42nd college football game. That'll give you an idea just how good Roy Williams has been over the years, and the numbers coming in just absolutely phenomenal. He had 7 straight 100-yard games. That was snapped against Rice earlier this season, but 204 career receptions coming in.
Wes Welker's done a good job at Tech. He's up there in the bunch. He's number 50.
Throwing this one deep, and it's caught. Talk about big-time receivers. How about Lane Danielson? A 40-yard gain for the all-time yardage receiver here at Iowa State.
Plus, Kevin, watch this quarterback look him off. He looked to the left. I'm telling you, he did a great job of looking off the safety. What a wonderful play Flynn made on that. Great pass, great catch, and a big momentum builder right there.
Flynn rolls the pocket. He's going to throw it back the other way, looking up top, and that one is incomplete. Vasher had outstanding coverage on Lance Young, the senior out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Old Vasher is he's really light on his feet. He's a great cover guy. He's got the ability to turn and jump and run, and he really does play good. One of the best corners, I guess, in the country.
One of the most dangerous return men in the country as well.
Yep.
This one caught by Lance Young. But a penalty marker is down.
This could be offensive pass interference.
That's the way that Aaron Ross is reacting. Aaron Ross, the quarterback for Texas, he reacted right away as if to say he pushed off.
Well,
official agrees with him.
That deal works both ways. You know, forever you thought the guy that wrote the rule book was some offensive guy because the defense couldn't do anything, and then all of a sudden they have, they've levied a few offensive penalties. So, I sound like an old defensive coach, don't I? That's what we used to say.
Well, that is tough.
Well,
my goodness. You don't see offensive pass interference called very often. There wasn't a whole lot of pushing off right there. We don't get a vote, though. You've learned that a long time ago.
No question.
Second down at 25.
No question about it. I was complaining to an official one day, and he said, if my team looks as bad as your team looks, I keep my mouth shut. So I said, okay. So that did it for me.
Flynn running around being chased by Marcus Tubbs, gets rid of it. Wisely doesn't take the sack, and it'll bring up a third down. Third down at 25.
He barely got that across the line of scrimmage. You know, if it doesn't go across the line, it's intentional grounding. But he knew. Hey, Flynn's remarkable. He's a good-looking young quarterback, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. You can tell he's an athlete. Yep. His father was a college baseball player. His mother was a volleyball player at Texas A&M. And he was an outstanding third baseman in high school. Highly recruited.
Yeah, he was I was at a Houston quarterback club, their touchdown club meeting, and saw him introduced a couple years ago as one of the outstanding players in Houston. And he's a good-looking guy. He really is. Good-looking guy and strong and just a nice guy and a darn good quarterback.
So it's fourth down and 25.
This is where you better be careful with old Vasher. See, everybody's a little bit tired. They got a little dead-legged. And don't give him too much right here because he'll be back there in that end zone in no time.
It's just the first time after punting what seemed like every 30 seconds in the first half. Tony Yuck will be punting for the first time here in the second half. Punted 6 times in the first half. The 7th punt, big boomer. No matter where this one went out of bounds.
We've seen good punters today.
So a 42-yard punt. Texas will have it. They lead late in the ball game in Ames. 6 minutes and 14 seconds to play. The mission right now is just a matter for Texas to keep the ball between the hash marks and get out of here with a victory and go to 5-2 on the season and 2-1 in conference plays. Texas, number 20 in the nation, facing an Iowa State team that's been decimated by injuries. A program that's been rock solid over the last 3 years and rebuilt from ground up by their head coach Dan McCarney, who's coaching in his 100th game today. Benson right up the middle, advances back to the line of scrimmage, a gain of maybe a yard, but give him a gain of 2, but that's about it. Ellis Hobbs there in on the stop. He had some help as well.
Imagine we'll see that 25-second clock go down pretty close to 0 every time, don't you think, Kev?
It should. And with a guy, heady quarterback like Chance Mock, I'm sure you're going to. That time he snapped it with 5 on the play clock. Running room outside to the 30-yard line. Cedric Benson to put up big numbers again today. Steve Parris was there for the stop, but not before a gain of 15 yards. It's Benson right now. He's going to be right around 150 yards after this carry.
He's running hard. Watch this block out here. Watch this great stalk block. One-on-one block out here. What a great block that was. And Ted Benson's running good. You're right. He is really looks like he's got a that they gave him some unleaded super premium today. Jet fuel.
40-19. Here's your score. Next week, Texas travels to Waco to take on the Baylor Bears. And Iowa State next week will try for the first time in a long time since early to mid-70s to knock off Nebraska 2 straight years. Nebraska all over Texas A&M today as they were leading at last report 34-3. That was in the 4th quarter of that ball game. That was being played in Lincoln.
Hey, Baylor's to be, they're to be commended because you got to contend with them now. It used to be an automatic victory for a long time in Waco. No longer is it that way. Guy Morris, his staff have done a great job and got the Bears playing good. Had a little hiccup last week against A&M, but A&M's capable of that.
That's going to be a 3rd down coming up, but they're running the clock here. Just picked up a yard. Iowa State going to call a timeout. Now, Mack Brown, one of only 6 coaches to have back-to-back 11-win seasons. And take a look at what he has been able to do. They've been able to put up some big numbers. 553 yards total offense today for the 24th time in Mack Brown's 6 seasons at the University of Texas.
Tell you, we talked about this earlier, Kevin, but Texas is back on the national scene, and they had a bad week last week in Dallas, and that just happens sometimes. When you play the #1 team in the nation, and their quarterback pitches a no-hitter, and their defense is good, Mister, it's hard to win. And I don't care what anybody says, and it's just one of those deals, and you can't afford to make a mistake. You can't afford to turn the ball over, and when you do, well, those really great defensive football teams take advantage of it, and that's what happened last Saturday. But last year at this stage of the game, if they had won out, they'd been the Big 12 South champions, and that's always a possibility this year. So this season is far from over, and it's far from there's no gloom and doom. It should be the hangover from Oklahoma ought to be over, and everybody ought to be excited about this win. It's fixed to happen in about 4 minutes. I mean, there's no way it could keep from happening. So, everybody ought to be upbeat now, and that doesn't mean that it makes losing any easier or anything, but you can just dwell so long on one game when you lose it. So, I think Texas football team has done a great job today of rebounding from a hard week.
Mock throws the screen. Britt Robin for the first time handling the football. He's going to be short of the first down. He picked up 5, but they're going to have to punt it away as the clock now stops, as Iowa State will call a timeout. Gervais made the tackle there. You know, talk about, you want to know what it's like to have to coach or play in the Big 12. You talk about Iowa State, a team that, well, 2 weeks ago they play Oklahoma. Last week they have to play Texas Tech. This week you have to play Texas. It doesn't get any easier after that. Nebraska, K-State's right around the corner as well.
It's tough, and you know, the sad thing about it, it's hard to win all those games for anybody, and there's a lot of difference when you've got 6 or 8 or 10 quality football teams in one conference, as the Big 12 does, and it makes it tough every week. So, you know, the teams that are on the bottom trying to get to the top are a lot happier than the teams on the top that have a chance to get to the bottom when it comes to 85 scholarship limitations, because that has sort of leveled the playing field for everybody. So anyway, they go to Nebraska. They got Kansas State the week after, so they've got their boat loaded at Iowa State. But, you know, that's Dan McCartney's M.O. That's what he's always done. He didn't care who he played, where he played them, or anything, but you better be sure of one thing: they're going to play their fannies off, and they're going to play good.
And those numbers that you know, bear repeating, coaches, that this is a program that won 27 games in the entire decade of the 90s. They've already won 25 in 2000, 01, 02, and put their 2 victories here in 03 with that.
Without a doubt. God, what a snapper. I keep talking about Loeffler, but there's not many guys like that around. And great coverage. When you can do that, it's unbelievable.
Todd Miller brought down immediately by Tony Jeffrey.
Tony Jeffries is a jack of all trades. He's one of those utility infielders, Kev. He does it all. He's a holder for the extra points. He's down on kicks. He's a great receiver. And what a good player he is.
Iowa State's going to have to move the football. They're going to put it up in the air, and when they do, you may want to look for Lane Danielson. But before that, Jermaine Billups is down on the field at the other end, and that is somebody they can ill afford to lose on their defensive side of the football. Not talking about today, but just the rest of the season. He is a kid that is just maybe the heart and soul of that defense as far as the defensive backs are concerned.
They don't need any more injuries. They've, as we said a while ago, they've had 17 guys miss a game this year, starters, at one game or another because of injuries, and hopefully Billups will be okay.
Well, he's walking off gingerly, and there you take a look at Lane Danielson. Yeah, it looked like he got the wind knocked out of him. And that's always a lot more casually said than had done to you. It's not a good feeling. Well, Danielson, the all-time leader for Iowa State as far as receiving yards. And you see today with his 5 catches, now 4 away from Tracy Henderson, become the all-time receptions leader here at Iowa State. But what they want to do on this drive, he may be the all-time leader before this game is over. That went to Lance Young, the intended receiver, a little too high. Nathan Vasher had the coverage. The clock stops with 3:45 to go on the incomplete pass.
Texas bring a little heat from the outside because of his ability to run, so it'll be a little tougher than it was earlier when they, weren't quite sure what he was going to do. But Flynn is, Flynn's a mobile quarterback, and it looks to me like that the outside heat is what's, gives you a chance against him.
Three-step drop, this one incomplete. A little too tall. Led his man, Lance Young.
Vasher, another good play, though. Good low. Vasher's got great feel for that slant route, doesn't he?
That he does. Got it right in between and able to break the play up. So it's 3rd down and 10. Young is a guy who thought about going to the NFL last year, declaring himself eligible for the draft. Coaching staff talked him out of it. Thought it better he stay 1 more year, put together a solid senior season. 3rd down 10. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 4th down in Iowa State. See if they're going to send the punt team on.
Yeah, they're going to punt.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and punt here.
They play too hard to go give them 6.
Right.
And it's hard to do when you're behind, but you owe that to your fans and your players.
Owe it to your defenders too.
To your defenders, you bet.
And formation for Iowa State.
Sometimes emotions make decisions hard to come by, and this is just one of them you got to do.
Well, so Tony Young punted away for the 8th time today. Just the 2nd time here in this 2nd half. Young hits low liner. Bounces out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A 39-yard punt.
He's not quite hit it like he was in the first half, but
nope, not at all. But a penalty marker is down. Official threw a penalty marker and his hat. So he got a couple problems.
Foul, personal foul on the kicking team. It'll be a 15-yard penalty into the kick. 1st and 10.
Maybe a little frustration here as Iowa State ticketed for the 15-yard personal foul. And good news, Jermaine Billups. I guess we were right about him getting the wind knocked out of him because he's right back out on the field. And somebody they absolutely need. Chance Mock right between the tackles, hands it off to Selvin Young, and that's what Selvin Young will do right now. Protect the football. Chris Whitaker was there to make the stop, and there you see Billups. That was a scary moment. The way injuries have gone, and a big part of success with a team not only is having talent, but it's a little bit of luck when you stay healthy, and that's something that we were talking with the coaching staffs, and they said, we didn't have any major injuries. We didn't have any injuries to key players for the most part over the last 3 years. Went to 3 straight bowl games. He goes, this year, man, we can't buy a break in the injury department, and the kind of things they do even out. And Dan McCartney's hoping maybe they're all coming at one time and get them done this year.
But you're right. Fate is such a funny deal, Kevin. And some years, it's amazing you get 3 centers hurt, 3 tight ends, 2 quarter or whatever, and it's unbelievable what happens. One year, the last year I coached, we lost Ricky Williams and Sammy Marsh, who are both NFL running backs, and 2 offensive linemen in 4 plays at Arizona State, the opening game of the season, and lost them for several weeks. So it's a weird deal how it works, and that's why that everybody on the football team has got a role to play, and they're all important, and they all need to be, when you mash your button, they need to be ready to play, and that's the good thing about it.
Mock right up the middle. Go under 2 minutes to play. As Albert Hardy on the carry, redshirt freshman. First carry of the game. Albert doesn't get it a whole lot. I'll tell you something, Albert is a big man. He's put together. You think Albert spent a few minutes in the weight room?
Or the training table. Looks like he might have been on that dining room list too.
And now you had to change a quarterback. Texas is going to the 3rd team, and Matt Nordgren, sophomore from Dallas, Texas, Bishop Lynch High School. He'll come in to hand it away as we go to 90 seconds to play here in the ball game.
The thing that people don't realize that Matt Nordgren he's 2 sprained ankles away from being the starter, and so these guys that aren't starters, it's easy to get your head down. It's easy to say that what's happening, but my gosh, how many are they ever important? And whenever you need them, you need them. And there's many a 13 quarterback that finished the game, and many of them that finished the season. So good going, Matt. We're proud of him for hanging in there, and a good job he's doing.
Johnson right up the middle. His first carry of the game is Anthony getting into the mix. Sophomore. He's from Jefferson, Texas. lot of people, a lot of playing time, and they'll have to snap it one more time. It's 40-19.
This is a classy deal. This is the way the classy people do it too. You know, Texas could be trying to score again, Kevin, and I mean they're down close. You know, they're not trying to make pad any stats. They're trying to be respectful to Dan McCarney and the great job he's done, and I admire Mike for that. That's the way it ought to be. That's the way it'd be if it was the other way too. That's what Dan would do. So these are two great guys and two great coaches, and they've had a good game today.
Cedric Benson with 140 yards rushing. B.J. Johnson ties a career high with 187 yards receiving on 7 catches. A guy that came in with just 9 catches on the season. And Roy Williams, who you just saw, 4 carries, or 4 receptions, 91 yards, and a touchdown. Texas gets off to a 27-0 lead to start this game. Iowa State comes back, but Texas able to win it by a score of 40-19. We're going to take a quick break. We'll hear from Mac Brown when we come back. Texas puts up 578 yards of total offense in this one as they get the win. 40-19, Texas wins it over Iowa State. Cedric Benson with 140 yards rushing in this one. B.J. Johnson, a big day. Flip side of that, Stevie Hicks really came on strong in the second half for Iowa State as he had 67 yards rushing. Austin Flynn, a big difference as well, as Iowa State couldn't get anything going offensively in the first half. Austin Flynn, he started the game at quarterback in the second half, and they were just an absolutely different team offensively. And right now, let's go back down onto the field. Chuck Reed standing by with a very happy head coach.
Coach, you still got your voice left after that singing?
Well, I did. At Texas, you sing win or lose after every ball game, so you're going to sing. And then we go back in and sing Texas Fight in the dressing room. So this is a fun day for us.
Well, you're warmed up. Let me ask you this. Up 27-0 at halftime. Iowa State came out second half, gave you a ball game, yet you answered the call. You must be very pleased.
Well, I am. Dan McCarney's a great coach. He's done here a lot of things that are similar to what Bill Snyder's done at Kansas State. He's just done an amazing job here, and after being here in 79, 80, and 81, I'm so proud for these people and for Dan for what he's accomplished. But I knew they were going to come back and fight because he's a fighter, and that's what he does now. And he came back out and made some good adjustments with 3-step and sprint out and running the draw and tried to get our guys a little bit frustrated. And I was proud that our defense came back and held them at the end, but our offense stepped up and played really well today.
Are you pleased with the bounce back after the Oklahoma loss?
Well, I am. Our guys they have a tremendous amount of pride, and you never want to lose to anybody, and especially a #1 team in the country as good as Oklahoma, and like we did. But our guys are not going to shut it down. They're going to get ready to play Baylor next week. We're going to tell them to enjoy this one through the night, and then tomorrow we'll start getting ready for Baylor.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Kevin, back up to you.
All right, Mac Brown was an assistant here 1979 through 81 under Donnie Duncan. He comes back and things have changed quite a bit here in Ames, Iowa. But today the Texas Longhorns come away with the win by a score of 40-19. That's going to do it for us here in Ames, Iowa, for all of us, especially for my partners Chuck Reed and Spike Dykes. Kevin Eschenfelder saying so long. Once again, Texas comes up with the victory. They win it 40-19. Thanks for being with us.
Should have come.